Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and so I'll be talking about a Combi Melta build for the Tactical class in patch 11.0 of Space Marine 2 on the PTS. Now, the Combi Melta actually got a buff to its Melta and Bolt Rifle portions. Previously, this was by far the worst heroic weapon in the game, besides like the Heroic Chainsword pre-buff. This thing really underperformed compared to like the Accuracy Bolt Rifle. I think it feels a lot better now. We're at least taking a step in the right direction. It's by no means perfect. It doesn't have like a great bloom, and the accuracy is just not super amazing, but the damage feels a lot better. And the way I built it today is building for mostly headshot perks, because even though we do have a Melta portion attached to this weapon, I find the Melta is far better as a utility tool for staggering enemies and actually getting your headshots off, rather than like a primary portion of your gun, because the Melta rifle is just a way better Melta than this thing is, but this thing has a pretty good gun attached to it now, or just like a half decent one, and having that extra Melta to stagger and trigger things like rapid health is pretty good. So I'm gonna go through these perks here in a second. So first up, we got Headhunter. Headshot deals 10% more damage. Moving here into the perk Adamant Hunter. When your health is below 30%, headshots deal 25% more damage. This perk is super strong. Unfortunately, on the tactical class, being below 30% HP is a pretty terrible spot to be in. You are not very tanky on the tactical whatsoever, and having this perk active is good, but it also means you're probably about to die, so just keep that in mind. So usually this one doesn't trigger that often, or at least not for that long, because you do have the perk here, Rapid Health, to heal you up over it at some point, so just keep that in mind. Next perk here is Fast Reload. Moving to the perk Able Reload. After using a class ability, the equipped weapon instantly reloads. This one comes into play occasionally, like say like you're gonna auspex a boss or something, you haven't loaded up your gun. It does help with that to get your full headshot damage off, but besides that, it's not super useful. Next perk here is Recoupment. Killing a Majora's level or higher enemy with a headshot, this weapon restores an armor segment. Cooldown is 15 seconds. Now, getting armor restore off of your gun is super useful. This perk is way better than it sounds, because there are a lot of occasions, especially with this weapon, that you want to get armor back off a headshot from like a Devourer or something, and on the tactical especially, tactical does not have a lot of armor restore whatsoever outside like block weapons, even though we took a fencing one today. But with block weapons, that's pretty much like one of the only options for armor restore he has, so this helps a ton. And there are moments where a Devourer is going to like chip your HP, and getting this armor back will save your life. So really good perk, pretty much always grab this. Next perk here is Great Might for a 10% buff against Terminus, and I picked the perk up here, Tactical Precision. Headshots deal 20% more damage, and non-headshot damage decreases by 10%. Now, this will lower the Melta Rifle damage on your gun, but it doesn't matter too much in my opinion, because like I said before, the Melta Rifle is primarily useful for your stagger to actually get your headshot damage off on your weapon, just like crowd control. And even with this perk, you have a strong enough Melta portion of this weapon to trigger the perk here, Rapid Health, for that 30 or 10% HP increase. So really good option regardless. I pretty much always pick this one up anyways. Next perk here is Adamantine Grip, and the next perk after this is Rapid Health. When your health is below 30%, killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores your health by 10%. This perk is incredible on the Combi Melta. I think it's actually far better here than all the other Bolt Rifle portions. This is like one of the biggest benefits of this gun to begin with, is that you get to trigger this over and over, because you have a fat AoE attached to your gun. You have a Melta Rifle attached to this thing. It's kind of like the whole selling point, and this perk really takes advantage of that, so great option. I pretty much always grab this one on the Combi Melta. It feels really good to use this with the Combi Melta. Having the synergy here kind of makes up for some like the trashy parts of this gun, and after the damage buffs they did, it's far easier to pull off as well, so great perk. Honestly, this is one of the best perks in the entire game on most weapons, but this one especially, really great synergy. Next perk here is Headhunter, moving down to the perk Extended Magazine, and finishing off with Divine Might. Now, if you want to skip Divine Might and pick up the perk here, Increased Capacity, to get more Melta Rifle rounds, you can definitely do that. That is up to you, and that's pretty much all there is for the Combi Melta here. Now, for the secondary, I took the Heroic Bolt Pistol. I like this weapon a lot. It is not the strongest weapon for all the sidearms. A Heavy Bolt Pistol and Plasma are arguably better, but this gun is just super fun to use. We do lose 10% damage on it with Balanced Distribution here, but I make up for that with the Aligned Aim perk later for that 15% damage buff. And really, Heroic Bolt Pistol just sounds really cool in the PTS, because if you're unaware, it sounds like they changed the actual firing sound of this weapon, so it feels way better, sounds way better, and this gun overall is just a ton of fun to use. And the way I build it is just all headshot damage for perks like Elite Hunter, and of course grab that extra Divine Might. Now, for the melee weapon, I do take a Fencing Chainsword this time. Why fencing, you may ask? Well, a 9 speed on a Fencing Chainsword is actually quite good, and we take full advantage of perks like Swift Recovery here. Heavy attacks restore 100% more contested health, applies to the following attacks quick punch, front kick, shoulder bash, and stomp. And having a 9 speed, it means you get way more heavy attacks out, so 100% more HP here for your CHP regen. It's actually pretty good, and even though we do lose on the armor regen portion of the block chainsaw we'd otherwise have, it's still a pretty strong option. I do like it quite a bit. Now, the rest of the perks are pretty standard. I just go down here into the full throttle skip, grab Extremis Slayer, and I do skip over momentum gain here. This one reads, each consecutive light attack increases light attack melee damage by 3% up to 30% for 3 seconds. Now, having a 30% buff to your melee attack damage is quite good if you can actually pull this off, but usually the enemy dies before this even triggers, so I just pick up Perpetual Strength instead, but this one can come out to more damage for your light attacks occasionally, so if you want to grab this, you definitely can. I just grabbed this one today. Now, for the perk tree here, it's pretty much the standard options of balanced distribution for 10% more damage on our primary and 10% less damage on our secondary. This perk tree is not super good in my opinion. The column here is like, okay, if you're using a plasma pistol or plasma incinerator, you pick up this one. And if you're using anything else, I like to pick up this one for the most part for bolt weapons, because bolt weapons benefit a ton from extra damage on them for their headshot multipliers. And down here, crack and penetrator rounds is just not a very good perk at all. Next perk here is Heightened Vigor. After a perfect time parry, block, or dodge, you deal 10% more melee and gun strike damage. Don't lose control from heavy hits and can't be knocked back for 10 seconds. This perk will save your life. Being able to have no knockback, especially on a fencing weapon where you have no option to get armor back or stagger really, outside like your parry, will just be invaluable to you, so pretty much always grab this one. Next perk here is Emperor's Vengeance to solve our ammo economy. This one will give you Melta rifle rounds back as well, so keep that in mind. But unlike the grenade launcher portion, you actually get all of your Melta rifle parts, or excuse me, all your Melta rifle ammo back off of the Combi Melta from an ammo cache. This is actually a lot stronger than it sounds. I actually think this weapon is currently better than the grenade launcher outside Siege. It's just way more ammo efficient. Now, next perk here is Aligned Aim for 15% bonus range damage, and the perk after this is Vital Data for more Terminus and Extremis scans, and Battle Focus for that Auspex parry on top of Concentrated Fire to get more valuable Auspexes, and of course, Radiating Impact for the 90-second cooldown on a massive fat AoE on your executes, super strong to wipe out Extremis, Majoris, and even Terminus spawns at times. And for the Prestige perk tree, I grab Acuity, Skilled Supplier, the perk Resilience, and Fortitude, which to be honest, I think is just the best setup for any bolt weapon in this game, and Second Look is not very good, Spare Power is not good outside of Siege, and Exigency Charge needs a rework. That's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The Combi Melta feels a lot better these days. It's not perfect by any means, but it's a step in the right direction, and hopefully this helped. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, take it easy. Bye.
Right, I'm just gonna do this. Anybody wondering if I like this map? I think this is probably the best turn it off. If the boss fight is good at the end, it's gonna be the best turn it off.
What is your status, Talassa?
Executing our righteous duties, Phaedrus.
Good. We have drawn their focus. Keep...
Phaedrus, repeat. Throwing frag grenade! Suspects engaged. Now the team's fireball eliminated. Fresh magazine in.
Talassa, Combat Squad Heraton reporting. We lost Vox contact with Combat Squad Phaedrus. Do you know their status? Phaedrus not responding to Vox. We must consider our brothers lost then. Our objective is to secure the cyclonic warheads at all costs, encountering heavy Tyranid resistance.
Hold fast, Heraton. Our duty is dealing death. It is a shame to have lost such a worthy vessel.
Auditory evidence suggests the
Did they change the sound effect of the heroic bolt pistol? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to that much.
Combat Command Beast. Naval-grade macro weaponry.
It is tempting to fire these cannons at the nearest Xenos vessel. Auspex, ready to scan. Nectar on Auspex. Kill that foe, make it summon. magazine. Disgusting tyranny, scum. All specs prime. We made our Primarch proud this day.
Sounds pretty satisfying now. Definitely not as strong as the accuracy version, but
A beacon
that
of
is pretty good.
hope in a dark hour.
You hate that the Combi Melta looks like a master-crafted weapon when it's heroic. I actually kind of like the simplistic design in this game. I like wearing the simpler outfits at times.
I would share
Some
my
of the outfits are a little
reflections,
too, you
but I
know,
have
hyped up,
observed you
gassed.
seem more comfortable and quiet.
That is considerate.
I try.
Noted. Combat Squad Heraton reporting in. The bridge is lost, as are my squad brothers. I am cut off from our planned route to the Ordnance Depot. Calculating a new route based on your report, Heraton. Standing by. Be advised. The cruiser's crew managed to execute
the pistol sounds
security
different now, it
protocols
might.
before they were overrun by the Xenos brood. Talassa, commune with the main console in front of you to bypass
This is a new
the
pickup.
security protocols.
Not super amazing, but
The lift platform
we'll take
is in
it.
transit. Arrival pending. Rally at the lift platform.
Is there expected release date for this patch?
We have
Yes.
confirmation that
It
Combat
is
Squad
late
Fighters
November.
is lost. I need a
Wow, we
mission
didn't do
status
anything for that
update
one.
from all
Leave.
remaining combat squads.
That's nice.
Combat Squad Heraton here.
Bot customization looks so good in this
Redirecting
game.
along
Look
newly
at these guys.
advised path.
My Blood Angel's
Combat
boy.
Squad Octavio
Blood Angel boy,
reporting
excuse me.
Cyclonic
My
armament
Blood Angel's
secured
boy, yes.
for now. Talassa,
You guys, every Christmas I hang Sanguinia stuff on my Christmas tree.
When you arrive.
He's a great angel after all.
All squads, we have updated our battle stratagems. Heraton, reinforce Octavio and protect the cyclonic armaments. Talassa, your new orders are to destabilize the reactor, cause a temperature spike, and the Tyranids may redirect their assault to you, buying Heraton and Octavio some time to prime the armaments. When you reach the reactor's cooling console, disable the emergency blast shields.
That one calls for reinforcements. Magazine. Pathetic tyranny. Rearming. Commencing automated scan. Zoanthrope psychic hounds for recite. Tyrannid menace entirely. Another Xenos bioform eliminated.
Emergency blast shields retracting. Warning. Coolant rods exposed. Talassa, I need you to disable the entire cooling array. Concentrate fire on the exposed cooling rods.
Open fire on exposed plasma rods.
That does a lot of damage now.
All specs.
We'll try the
ready
heavy
to
bolt
scan.
rifle next.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
Obliterate the feculent Xenos. Fresh magazine in.
I wonder how many kills you could farm here.
Ammunition cache here. One step closer to the reactor overheating.
Registering extreme temperature fluctuation. Plasma cooling efficacy severely reduced. Excellent, Talasa. You will need to repeat the same process at the second array. Access granted.
Although I just started doing stratagems this week, so I recently came across your YouTube videos. This week's card strat is a doozy. And are they always this rough? Not always. This one was definitely a little bit harder. There was one a couple weeks ago that was a bit harder than this one, but there are usually ways to trivialize all of them. Like Sniper this week is pretty OP.
Exterminate.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
You are fertilizer now, Xenos. Resist the tyranny's wave. Thought you could hide from the start.
Bullet rods. Right there.
Swapping magazine.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms. Rods all decommissioned. Temperatures at critical level. Plasma reactors shutting down to prevent catastrophic detonation. Talasa, do not let the reactors cool down. This cruiser will soon perform its final task. Proceed to the decks below and force the plasma reactors to overheat.
Updating our route to the plasma reactor. Pathetic. We broke the Xenos onslaught. Alien trespasser sighted. No telling what surprises await.
You're a Cypher Toxic Commando. What's that?
Swapping mag.
It does look like they lowered the bloom on the Combi Melta, maybe just my imagination. It definitely feels better. Somebody said they did. I'll compare old gameplay later, for now.
No transmissions from Combat Squad Heraton.
Take a look at this.
Understood. Be advised. We remain under heavy Tyranid assault. Expectation. Tyranids will withdraw from your locus, allowing you time to extract. This is ill-advised, Talasa. If you do not bring the reactor to detonate, the cyclonic warheads will be wasted. Combat Squad Octavio will redouble our efforts to draw the Tyranids away from your position instead.
Octavio, unleash the Emperor's wrath on this brood-born vermin.
Now, last time I fought a Neurothrop here, he bugged out. Whoops.
Suspects deep scan ready. Calibrate your aim. Enhanced visual incoming. Area cleansed. Foul Xenos presence. Fresh magazine in. Do you have aspirations, Valleys? Your indefatigable spirit would be a boon.
So they definitely changed that for a bulk missile sound. You're definitely right. The sound is different. Combi Melta definitely has decent headshot damage though. When you blow it this way. You do lose damage in the Melta portion, but like who cares? The Melta portion is really there for stagger. I feel like that's the main benefit. Like doing that. Like you want to stagger them so you can get your headshot off. Your interruptions.
Swapping magazine.
Talasa, we have lost contact with Heraton leader, and Octavio is pinned down. You must destabilize the plasma reactor. Our brothers from Phaedrus and Heraton shall not have died in vain.
Reaction chambers within reach. Fertilizer now, Xenos. Subterranean Xenos below. Eliminate the pyramid bio. Subterranean alien pest. Changing magazine.
Make FOV default for the Dead Space experience. That game's great. I miss Dead Space. Before that whole studio got shut down.
Your point?
What stirs your passion if not combat?
Preparing for combat.
Your
Observation
heart
command.
is as cold and
Numerous
still
dead
as
servitors.
stone.
It merely stirs my aim.
Authorized personnel only beyond this point. Provide sufficient ocular scan authorization in order to proceed. Security protocols dictate that only claimed principal servitors have entry authorization.
Look each body in the eyes until we find the correct set. Did we scan every eyeball?
Ocular biometrics elude us, brothers.
Alright, boys. We're all about to wrap this one up when we find the Blessed Servitor. Combi Melta now, pretty good.
Anyone find the Clade Principle?
Are there some remains we missed?
think the Combi Melta is definitely better than the grenade launcher. I might actually agree now. I think this weapon might have way more utility. At least outside of siege mode.
Ocular biometrics elude us, brothers.
Anyone find the Clade Principle? Did we scan every eyeball? Servitor ocular access acquired.
Oh, this is cool looking. Oh my god, look at this. Look at all these little fuckers, dude. This is what every horde should be like. That's cinematic. That is cinema. Chaplain, clip it. For a tech priest. I guess I'm the tech priest. I'll clip it later.
Swapping magazine.
When they're pouring out like the little claustrophobic corridors, that's what the game's all about, right?
Another Xenon fireform eliminated. Reloading. The hive mind load tower.
Ocular biometrics confirmed. Maintenance grade Delta Mu 2839. Access granted.
Servitor ocular access acquired.
Dead Space was amazing. Love the remake. Hope they remake Dead Space 2 next.
Sound like a chaplain, but I
haven't played the Dead Space remake. I wanted to. I just didn't have time. But I played the 2008 version when it came out. Great game. I even had like the Xbox and PlayStation outfits. And speaking of a great game, this game's great. Unfortunately, this is not a boss fight yet. For shame, for shame. That is a cutscene for it.
Twin primes.